going to talk about Chennedy Carter, but it looks like she's blacklisted. And she will be playing professional basketball during the season, but it won't be for the WNBA. She needs to do whatever she can to get some help, get her anger under control, where she will not have another incident like the one where she slammed into Caitlin Clark. She's out of the solid fourth season from Carter. An incident with Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark stood out to many. The 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year came in the league, became arguably the most popular player. Became the most popular player. There, I cleaned it up for you, which may have rubbed some people the wrong way, including
We're going to talk about Chennedy Carter, but it looks like she's blacklisted and she will be playing professional basketball during the season, but it won't be for the WNBA as attacking Caitlin Clark worth losing your entire WNBA career. Chennedy Carter just answered that question for all of us after more than 120 days without a single WNBA team willing to sign her, and with training camp starting today, Carter has officially made her move to Mexico's Professional Basketball League seriously. She needs to do whatever she can to get some help, get her anger under control, where she will not have another incident like the one where she slammed into Caitlin Clark. She's out of the league. This isn't just another player changing teams, this is the Chicago Sky leading scorer being completely and officially fired from the league after a deliberate hit on the WNBA's Golden Goose. The Sky let their star player walk away without even trying to get something in return, and nobody wanted to pick her up despite an MVP performance overseas. That doesn't just happen without a serious reason. Let me know down in the comments below if Chennedy deserves it. Let's break down exactly how it happened, where she's heading, and her response to all of this. Let's go. Despite the solid 4 season from Carter, an incident with Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark stood out to many. The 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year came in the league, became arguably the most popular player. There, I cleaned it up for you, which may have rubbed some people the wrong way, including Carter. Picture this: June 1st, 2024, the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever, a single game in a long WNBA season that nobody realized would become infamous, with the score tight throughout, eventually ending in a narrow 71-70 Fever victory. Tensions were already running high when everything changed in an instant, and Clark, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Chennedy Carter. The moment unfolded after a Chicago basket. As players transitioned to the other end, there was a brief window where Carter and Clark crossed paths. Nothing unusual in the flow of a basketball game. But what happened next was anything but routine. Carter, seemingly going about her business, suddenly altered her trajectory. The change wasn't subtle. It was deliberate, calculated. She veered directly into Clark's path and delivered a hip check that sent the rookie sprawling across the hardwood. And let's not forget Angel Reed, caught on camera jumping and clapping on the sidelines immediately after the contact happened. So she was signed to the Chicago Sky with Teresa Weatherspoon, with Angel Reed, with Camila Cardoso, and you know the rest of the folks. And then we get to the body check. This was originally ruled an away from the ball foul, but it was obviously a flagrant foul. It really upset a lot of people, which really escalated the issue. And it was really just poor sportsmanship on Kennedy's part. The collision wasn't a typical basketball play. It wasn't even a normal hard foul. This was something different, something that made the arena collectively gasp. The live broadcast caught every second of it, and you could hear the commentators' voices shift from game analysis to genuine shock. What was that? Became the immediate question rippling through the crowd as Clark hit the floor. Officials didn't hesitate to blow the whistle, initially calling a regular foul. But even in real time, everyone knew this deserved closer examination. The referees huddled around the monitor, reviewing the footage that millions would soon be dissecting on social media. Their verdict: still a common foul, but was then upgraded to a flagrant foul the day after official confirmation that the contact was non-basketball in nature and potentially dangerous. It's one thing pushing Kay Clark, and it's another thing blindsiding her. I don't think there's no justification for that. To be honest, we can be honest here. What's particularly telling about this incident wasn't just the hit itself, but Clark's response to it, where many players might have jumped up ready for confrontation. Clark simply rose to her feet, composed herself, and continued playing. No theatrics, no escalation. Just a rookie showing veteran poise in a heated moment. This contrast between Carter's aggression and Clark's composure only amplified the narrative. Taking shape analyses of shooting percentages and defensive rotations were abandoned for frame-by-frame breakdowns of Carter's movements. Was she targeting Clark because of her rookie status? Was this personal professional jealousy? The questions multiplied while the basketball itself became secondary. Something's got to wake her up too, you know I mean. Something's got to wake her up and say, man, I could be in the WNBA right now, starting on a team, being their leading scorer. I've got to get my temper and my head under control. I got to figure it out somehow. What nobody realized in that moment, not Carter, not Clark, not anyone watching, was that this 5-second sequence would fundamentally alter Carter's career trajectory. This wasn't just a bad decision in the heat of competition, it was the beginning of her professional unraveling, a single physical play that would start a domino effect, eventually pushing her out of the league entirely. There's no doubt Chennedy Carter is extremely talented, but she's got to get her head screwed on straight, and if the hit itself wasn't damaging enough to Carter's reputation, what came next would prove catastrophic, because when the cameras turned to Carter post-game, giving her a chance to explain or perhaps apologize, her response would pour industrial-strength fuel on an already raging fire that she knocked Caitlin Clark to the floor. We all saw it, a flagrant foul, and many people, including myself, thought it was borderline assault. It was awful. The cameras kept rolling as Carter entered the post-game press conference, offering her the perfect chance to reset the narrative. One well-crafted statement could have changed everything. An apology, an explanation, even just acknowledging what happened might have softened the blow. Instead, with reporters giving her an open mic to address the elephant in the room, Carter delivered 7 words that would prove more devastating than any hip check. I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions. And then, Chennedy, just want to give you an opportunity to talk about that moment between you and Caitlin. What was that play, what was said, and in kind of what it led to. Nice question, Kate. It seemed like she turned to you a little bit. Yeah, after I ain't answer no Caitlin Clark questions. Did she say anything to you? I don't know what she said. What you say to her? I didn't say anything. That's enough. We're good. Those 7 words ricocheted through basketball circles with remarkable speed. Within our sports analysts, who might have defended the on-court incident as just physical basketball, found themselves unable to justify Carter's post-game attitude. Her refusal to address the situation turned what could have been a one-day story into a week-long examination of her character. And while the hip check had raised eyebrows, this response raised red flags. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just respond, calm down, let your play do the talking. It is what it is. It's a physical game. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense, and feel like that's kind of what we did, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. What makes Carter's response even more damaging is how it contrasted with Clark's own handling of the situation. While Carter dodged responsibility, Clark told reporters, basketball's competitive, I get it, emotions get the best of you, it happened to me too. One player demonstrated maturity and understanding, the other showed a startling lack of accountability that left league executives whispering, and there has not been a peep about anywhere that she could be landing in this free agency. So a lot of people, including myself, are wondering, is she worth the risk? Now, this perception problem quickly spread beyond just angry fans on social media. Team executives and league officials, the very people who make hiring decisions, were watching. In professional sports, talent always matters, but it's rarely the only consideration. The question became not can she play, but is she worth the disruption? Carter's dismissive attitude created internal chemistry issues within the Chicago Sky locker room, with teammates and coaches reportedly reacting negatively to her comments. I mean, she can score with the lights out. I mean, she's pure offense, a pure shooting guard, scoring guard, and instant offense. But if you're a team, do you really want her on the team? I wouldn't. The damage wasn't limited to public perception, it created real friction inside her own team. The locker room tension following her comments made an already difficult situation nearly impossible. Basketball remains at its core a team sport. When one player refuses to acknowledge behavior that reflected poorly on the entire organization, it fractures the trust essential to success, and so the Chicago Sky made the ultimate decision of letting her go in free agency without a contract offer, and no other team decided to pick her up. One GM was even anonymously quoted in saying, "We won't touch her even with a 10-foot pole." Can you break down that situation that happened? Yeah, so in basketball a little bit, there's things called talking, what you like to call smack, or whatever everybody likes to call it, plays before things are said. You know, that's a part of basketball. For nearly a year, Carter maintained public silence about the incident until last week, when she apparently felt compelled to explain herself during an interview with controversial podcaster Neon. Her explanation: it was just a light tap. Yes, the same collision